Hi guys, Spoke 50 challenge today is about nurturing our body and our soul. And St. Augustine talks about this in his book, in this quote that I am sharing with you today. How I ate what it wasn't, things that were pleasurable but not actually giving any comfort, any nourishment. So think of what nourishes you, or if what you're taking is nourishing you. So with that, have you drank water? I hope so. Well, that's one thing I need to tell you. There we go. It's not gonna work. Too big. Okay. Well, this is our dry paper-ish. And it's gonna look good. It's gonna look good. I'm excited. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you've been watching my stories online. I'm making paper because we're doing an we're hoping to make some Christmas cards that we can sell for the winter, and then with that money maybe sponsor a youth or two to take some art classes during next year. That's kind of the goal here, and in doing so I'm having a lot of fun making paper. Trying it out and becoming a scientist. It's pretty cool. Look mom, look what I'm doing. It's amazing. There's so much to tell you. There's so many things I have to post and tell you about, and things that I'm working on mainly. But today we do want to focus on nourishing our body. Imagine if I touch all this with no gloves. Imagine not knowing what bleach could do to my clothes, and I would have all my bleached nice clothes. Wouldn't that suck? You also have to find out what's in your food, what's in the news you take, what's in, or who's writing the news you're taking in, or whatever you're reading. Double check that. Always wonder, it's okay to wonder, what are you consuming? Because that can, just like you look at the nutritional value of things, you also want to know the nutritional value of the food. Let me bring you down. Of the things that the nutritional value of the things you're reading, and of the things you are consuming in, like maybe the TV or wherever you're consuming things. What's the nutritional value there? What's in the ingredients there? And question why you see it. What do you think? And how is that affecting you personally? Is that bringing any joy to your life? Is that actually nourishing your brain, your soul? And it's okay to not, and to just like have ice cream once in a while, or watch a horror movie sometimes, but also see how they affect you. In the way you interact with others, in the way you think about other people, because we consume so much, so very much, and then if we don't think, if we're not critical about our consumption, it can be, I think, a little dangerous. We can just consume, and I don't know, be overweight, right? Or have a heart condition, or I don't know, sicknesses that happen when we don't watch what we consume, get cancer. Like it's so much easier to be conscious about what we're consuming when it is outside our minds, right? Our body and soul divide that we were talking about. But be conscious of what you're consuming in your heart too. And on that note, if you're a Catholic person, well, remember you have the best meal I guess you can have in Christ, the Eucharist. It's an actual physical meal to nourish your soul. 2 in 1. Well, doesn't give a lot of nutritional value physically, I guess, but spiritually it does, and that's where you get the strength, and that's where you ask for trust, and that's where you can you gain strength and you nourish your soul. The same thing as what you read, and you have to be conscious of that. So think of that. Maybe go for communion, confession, and then communion, and yeah, enjoy your afternoon. All right, and today's quote we have: "To meet my hunger, instead of you, they brought me a diet of the sun and moon and your beautiful works. But they are your works, not you yourself, nor indeed the first of your works. For priority goes to your spiritual creator rather than the physical order, however heavenly and full of light. But for myself, my hunger and thirsts were not even for the spiritual creation, but for you yourself, the truth in whom there is no changing nor shadow caused by any revolving. The dishes they placed before me contained splendid hallucinations. Indeed, one would do better to love this visible sun, which at least is truly evident to the eyes, than those false mythologies which use the eyes to deceive the mind. Nevertheless, because I took them to be you, I ate, not indeed with much of an appetite, but for the taste in my mouth was not that of yourself. You were not those empty fictions, and I derived no nourishment from them, but was left more exhausted than before." So be fed with things that nourish you.